What's up, guys? I'm Steve Scheelk. This is Lucas May, and we're Full Count Instruction. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be talking to you guys about the pillars of hitting.
The pillars of hitting is a system that we've come up with in which we can sift through style versus absolutes. The first part of this series is going to be stance and setup. So tonight we're going to talk about all the elements that go into building a good stance from the ground up. If we start with the ground and we start with the feet, there's a couple different ways that you can stand. If you watch a Major League game, you'll see 9 guys standing 9 different ways. Okay? An absolute is how they contact the ground, okay? No one has a stance that is so obscure that one foot is barely touching the ground, either way, okay? Most guys have a good sense of balance. Some of them are a little bit shifted back. Some of them are more even. Some guys have a foot up. But in general, they have a good contact to the ground.
Yeah, I like how when you were getting set up there, your feet were just outside of your knees. And so something you and I have talked about a lot with the stance and setup is to be somewhere within the length of your bat. So, you know, as you grow up and your bat gets bigger, your body gets bigger, your stride should get a little bit wider. And something we notice is the length of the bat is a great starting place for a good balanced setup from the ground.
Absolutely. Steve touched on the width of your stance. We can also touch on the other 2 elements in the box, and it's how far from the plate and then how deep in the box. You'll see guys that maybe they bunt a lot. They want to give themselves more fair territory to work with. Those guys might stand a little higher in the box. Generally speaking, when you get older and people start throwing harder, you want to give yourself the most amount of time possible to see the baseball. I prefer having my front foot lined up with this corner of the plate, okay? Depending on where the lines are drawn, I always stood where my foot was almost touching the back line just to give me the most amount of time to see the baseball. How far to be from the plate? Again, the length of your bat. If you set the bat down on the ground, wherever the knob comes to, that's about the distance in which your back foot should be from home plate. I say back foot because where you can vary your style a little bit is where the front foot is. Some guys prefer to be a little more open. Some guys prefer, like Giancarlo Stanton, to be a little more closed, okay? We believe that the back leg controls the swing, and having the back foot close enough to the plate is the most important piece of it.
Nice. So we've got a good understanding of our base, where we are in relation to the plate, crosswise and lengthwise towards the pitcher. Let's go ahead and move up the body a little bit. Let's talk about our hand position. If you guys follow our YouTube channel, we did a video on this recently. You can go back and check that out, but it was an unscripted of hand placement, okay? So again, we've got our nice width, good distance, okay? And what I like to teach is thinking about the hands are gonna be just off the back shoulder, okay? And the bat path is gonna follow the line from my jaw to my earlobe. I don't want to have too steep of a bat standing up tall. And again, I don't want to have a bat that's dragging down behind my back. So a nice little 45 degree, if you like to think, or again, the bat is following the line from my jaw to my earlobe. Hands just off the back shoulder, and I want to feel some tension across this front side. I don't want to be too loose with my hands in here because when I start to load, I'm going to get kind of swingy with my hands and we get into a pushing fashion. I want to feel more tension back here. Not that I'm like just squeezing it, but I want to feel a little tightness so when I do start to create my movement, which we'll go into here in the next pillars, I'm moving more with my body rather than with this hand position.
Certainly. If you guys watch this video for a second time, which I hope you do, if you watch Steve get into his stance right there, you'll notice that his chin is over his front shoulder. That's a mark of every good hitter. One of the most common flaws with youth hitters that we see when they come in here is I call it getting buried or being in jail when they got their chin behind their shoulder, okay? That really restricts how much they can see and restricts how much they can move, okay? Great hitters have this chin clear of the front shoulder with the hands in a good position. Okay, that's the mark of every good hitter. You watch Miguel Cabrera, you watch, you name it, anybody, their chin's free of their shoulder. Moving into the swing, we have a phrase we call show me one, show me two. Show me one is if you're my pitcher. Showing me one is showing me your chin over the shoulder in the setup. Show me two happens at the end of the swing when you show me your chin over the back shoulder. We don't want to be in jail for one. We don't want to be in jail for two.
Next video, we're going to go into the second pillar is going to be creating forward movement. So we've got negative movement to create positive movement. If you guys like the video, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and stay tuned. We got more pillars coming.
Thanks, guys.